Right now, I'm going to walk you guys through a case study on how Travis went from ghosted to engaged in just 6 months. So, the purpose of this training is to give you insight into why successful men struggle to keep and attract high quality women, and also why most dating advice fails and actually even makes things worse. We're also going to touch on the secret to creating attraction that actually lasts, and how to go from essentially getting ghosted to finding love and building a life with the right woman for you. Now, we're going to cover why having money, status, and good looks is not enough, the invisible signals that override everything else in attraction, the 3 beliefs that destroy attraction for successful men and how to flip them, and how Travis attracted a woman who is emotionally stable, brilliant, and drop dead gorgeous. And this is the exact system that made it happen. Now, the most common pitfalls that successful men fall into is that they believe that success equals attraction. But the reality is, women are not scanning you for your job title or your bank account or what kind of watch you're wearing. They are scanning for signals that evolved far long before all of that stuff existed. And if you're not focused on those signals, if you're just trying harder to get the girl, if you're sending more texts and trying to take her on better dates and get her gifts, none of it actually works because you're focused on the wrong thing. You're triggering the wrong biological mechanisms. And so another thing that men fall into is they end up chasing the wrong woman. Because if you're a guy who's successful and you're struggling to attract quality women, then your self-image is going to set boundaries on what you think is possible. And if you don't know how to attract the right woman, you're not going to feel like it's possible. So you're going to end up settling. And also, if you don't know how to filter for emotional stability, you'll end up attracting maybe women that are beautiful, but who are broken. And this will make your life miserable and you'll keep getting burned. And then the final thing is you're listening to all of these other dating coaches who are teaching you tactics that only work on broken women, because it is easy to attract a woman who is beautiful but broken using manipulation because she's vulnerable to manipulation. But true high quality women are not vulnerable to manipulation. And if you try to use pickup tactics and this alpha energy and psychological tricks, you will only end up attracting women who will ruin your life. So this is the exact process that we took Travis through. Before working with us, he had it all on paper. He had multiple 6-figure income. He was in good shape, well-dressed, and driven. But no matter how hard he tried, the women that he actually wanted eluded him. They ghosted him. They flaked after just one date, or they just weren't emotionally available to him. And so he was able to get dates before working with us, but the quality of his dates were nowhere near what his standards were. And so he had tried other programs before working with us, and all of the other dating coaches just taught him tactics that, like I mentioned, only worked on low quality women, and they did not work on the kind of woman that he was after. And so his problem was attracting quality women. He was not able to get quality women. They would reject him. He didn't know what to say to them to actually build attraction. And he had high standards, but his confidence was low because he was not getting the results he wanted. His brain registered this and it made him unconfident. And whenever he would get in front of a high quality girl, he would self-sabotage. And so this is the process we took him through. In phase 1, this is the attraction phase. We showed him the 11 biological signals that every single woman on the planet is hardwired to respond to. These are the prehistoric signals that evolved millions of years ago, And then we also taught him the signals to avoid, the signals that would instantly kill attraction. And so once he understood this, everything changed. He rebuilt his profile using our formula. He restructured his messaging flow using our formula, and he applied this stuff to his conversation on dates. And in the very first week, he had 6 dates booked with super high quality women. He had a flood of nonstop quality matches and constant attention from the exact type of women he dreamed of. And so the results were immediate, but there was still a lot of work to be done. So phase number 2, this is the identity phase, because the real issue when working with successful men is not that there's something wrong with them. It tends to be that their identity has flaws in it that need to be fixed. And so essentially, Travis had an incompatible self-image. A part of him did not see himself as the kind of guy that quality women would ever want. And this is why he was unconfident. And this is totally valid, because even if you are successful, if you are not attracting quality women consistently, a part of your brain is not going to believe that it is possible. A part of your brain is not going to believe that quality women will want you, even if you are successful, because your brain requires evidence and proof in order to form beliefs. And so this essentially created this sort of self-fulfilling prophecy within Travis, where he would begin to overthink, he would try too hard, he would kind of shrink back when things got real and sabotage opportunities when everything was going perfect. And so it took Travis about 6 dates for his identity to shift, for his identity, his self-image, to sort of catch up to the results that he was getting. And this is, again, completely normal. This tends to be the number one obstacle that our clients face once we plug them in to our system, because the system works extremely well. It will get you dates, it will line them up, but you need to then catch up to the system where your self-image realizes that it is real. And so we were able to accelerate this process, and we do this with all of our clients with some subconscious tools where we rewire the subconscious mind with visualization and scripting. And this minimizes the self-sabotage and it accelerates the results and the confidence, and it gets you to where you want to be faster. And then phase number 3, this is where Travis got options. This is where the confidence was no longer something he had to fake. It was no longer theory. It became real. His brain actually caught up and realized that he was getting real results and quality women were liking him. And so it sort of flipped the tables, where now he was able to choose which girl he wanted, and he was no longer chasing after women. And using our filtering system to evaluate women and gauge compatibility, he was able to go on nonstop dates with quality women and really get a feel for what it is that he truly wants. And so in month 4, he met his dream girl, and he recognized instant compatibility on all fronts. He instantly knew that she was the right one for him. She was beautiful and intelligent, and she had similar values and goals, and everything lined up because she was different from all of the other women that he was meeting, and so was he. He was now fully confident. He was now certain of himself, and she felt that. And so within a month, she was dropping hints of marriage. And from that moment on, the rest was history. And so the reason why the signal advantage system works so well is because attraction is not logical. It is biological. It is baked in the same way that hunger and fear is baked in. Attraction is a nervous system response. It is how we are wired, and it's triggered through millions of years of evolution. And so if you don't know how to communicate with that system, then nothing else matters. And this is exactly what we teach you in the Signal Advantage system. We show you how to activate deep unconscious attraction in emotionally stable, high quality women, how to eliminate essentially the signals that would turn women off and cause them to ghost you and lose interest. And we show you how to attract and keep women who will actually add value to your life. And quality women are force multipliers. When you get with a quality woman, she is going to add immense value to your life. And so this shows you how to become the kind of man who is finally done searching. And so this isn't about chasing or tricking or manipulating or gaming or trying to impress her. This is simply about understanding the specific prehistoric signals that evolved throughout millions of years of evolution that will instantly magnetize quality women to you. So you are no longer chasing or convincing or overthinking. You step into your natural power as a man. You attract the right women into your life, and you get to choose the perfect woman for you to actually build a life that means something. And so if you want a roadmap or one-on-one help on exactly how to do this, you can click the button below. You can book a time with me, and I'll talk to you then.